Good morning. How are we all today? Hope you're doing good. I'm feeling very warm and disheveled, but I've got the aircon going. Just a little temporary aircon. Hey, Cabby Celica? Cabby Celica? Cabby Celica? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning, Nico. How are you today? You all been checking out the new passive tree? I've been checking out the new passive tree. The new mercenary area is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Well, defensive wise, eh? Can't believe this is the last stream until league start. First time watcher after your crossbow guide. Thanks for that. First time for crossbow as well. You're welcome, Starkiller. There we go. That took me a second to work out what your name said. Thank you, Starkiller. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Chayula Truther, straight away with a subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Oh, to the 7 even. I like the armor elemental damage nodes in the south, right? The entire cluster that's like deflection and armor applies to armor applies to elemental and chaos. It's just crazy good. It's crazy good. Same first time also after watching the homebrew video. Oh, I'm glad you're all enjoying my content. Put a lot of work into it, so it's always nice that it's appreciated. I appreciate you appreciating it. I am immune to ad breaks now. I shall remain dehydrated. Yes, you'll just have to sit there while everyone else hydrates. Murphhound, welcome into the stream. Hello, nice to meet you. Found you through your You Should Make Your Own Build video. Pleasure to meet you. This will be my second season of PoE 2. Well, you've picked a good second season, eh? You got to experience pre-new endgame and now new endgame. I'm very excited for Friday. I don't know how I'm going to get all my work done this week. All I want to do is think about PoE. TJR, sorry I'm late. You're not late. We're very early into the stream. Have we talked crafting changes yet? I never played PoE 1, so meta rune crafting is something I know nothing about. The new video was a good distraction from work, as is this stream now. No, we haven't covered crafting yet. I mean, it's a big change, right? Luckily, the change was released as I was finishing the script for the latest video, because I had a section in the video I released today that said, oh, and once you get to endgame, it's super easy to make an endgame crossbow. You can make a crossbow deterministically that will clear the entire game. Oh, sweet summer child. I don't know a huge amount about PoE 1 metacrafting. I have followed crafting guides in PoE 1, and they were very complicated. I followed the steps and I got the item I want. Yeah, so I updated the video, right, and said, you know, I think, to be honest, I think it's a good change. I think people who don't like the change perhaps underestimate just how good the crossbow you could make was. Well, any weapon really, but in particular, making a crossbow that could just sleepwalk through the entire game before you even hit T15s. I don't know. I think that's probably a bit too easy, right? Now you're going to actually have to go through a progression step. So you'll craft like a very average crossbow at like level 62, right? Like a bleak crossbow. And then you're going to have to get a bridging crossbow, right? Probably with some combination of ground loot until you can amass enough currency to make a decent crossbow. Hey, Blader, welcome in. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. A build making guide for Path of Exiles is the name of the video. You should make builds is what the screenshot says. Yes, that was my, I guess at the moment, I guess we can consider that my magnum opus. I love how the big build creators throwing each other under the bus now. My build got nerfed. What about their builds? And I'm sitting here brainstorming my own. Yeah, at the moment, Run and Gun Pathfinder is safe. At the moment, you know, unless Connor Converse comes out with his sniper rifle and starts firing shots. But yeah, I don't feel like Riven is on the radar. I think they're okay with Riven, especially now that, you know, it's harder to make an endgame crossbow. So we'll see. We'll see. Connor was moving like Kendrick Lamar in that recent vid. You're doing Spirit Walker crossbow? Yeah, Blader showed me his tree earlier. Showed me a little sneak peek at his little tree. Looks very tasty. Tasty little tree that Blader's got. I was working on the mobalytics for my League Start build today, just so I could have like an Act 1, 2, 3 progression in it, so that I could share it on Reddit and see if I can get it on the recommended builds list. Because it didn't have any leveling recommendations before. I've just put permafrost bolts in because I tested as much as I could with physical, and I just don't think I can, in good conscience, put together a League Start guide that says you should level with armor-piercing rounds as your clearing skill or crossbow shot. I think I may be nerfed, yet still safe as well. I was going to go MA, but I think I've decided on the Titan again after the jeweler changes. Yeah, we can do martial artist as a second or third character. I'll probably do martial artist as a third character, depending on what the alternative quality comes from gemling. We'll see. Someone commented on my video that they are now inspired to do an Abyssal Leech Siege Cascade build, which actually I think is a really good idea, and I also want to do that. I really wanted to make a crossbow spear hybrid with Witch Hunter using Solaris Spear, but Glory is so annoying. Yeah, I've not done anything with Glory. It's also a mechanic that just puts me off. I've not done anything with banners because they cost Glory. Yeah, I don't particularly enjoy the idea of the Glory mechanic either. Back in the day, I don't know if it was 03. I think it was 03. I had some YouTube viewers that were doing bleed stuff with crossbow spear hybrids. I'm looking to see if they sneak the uncut gem level thing in before 0.5 to hit an item with a level 20 skill, uncut skill to change its level to 20. Possibly, right? I was trying to catch up finally with the Darth microtransaction and Ghazi interview, and I did finish it today, but I was just been so distracted trying to like make videos myself. I've not had any time to watch anything. And then I was trying to like update my build guide while also listening to the interview, so I got some of it. But I'm pretty sure Jonathan was like, yes, we should be able to hit it with Jeweler's Orbs and Uncut Gems, right? Yeah. So they probably just need a little bit more time to cook on the adding the Uncut Skill Gem. Glory makes me furrow my brow. I wish they would just make Spear of Solaris good. Yeah, well, I mean, one thing they kept saying in that interview, right, is like, we've got the content now, so now we can just focus on making the game more balanced, right? So I think we'll, you know, put together your feedback, give it a good thumbnail and a good title, get a lot of people watching it, and maybe GGG will see it and then they'll update it, right? We'll see. Jonathan just needs more wine. He was drinking Pepsi. Every 0.5x patches are just going to drop support skills, random shit as they go. Yeah, they said maybe new skills, ascendancy changes, You know, just wide balance changes. Hopefully, right? Hopefully we get a couple of those big balance patches with a fresh start. Hopefully. Maybe swords. Probably not swords. Surely the first balance patch league comes with chonk buffs and a Spear of Solaris buffs. Maybe chonk buffs. Maybe not Spear of Solaris. Need to get to fub gun levels of dirt on the devs. Control Alt Nat, hello. Welcome into the stream. Good to see you. How you doing? You've been brainstorming for the new league? They may drop ascendancies in there to fill out all the new current ones. I can see them doing that. Yeah, we might get like Arcane Archer, right? I would love to see an Arcane Archer. That would be cool. They may drop... how does everyone feel about the new nerfs to crafting? I'm going to go out there and I think it's a good change. But that's coming from someone who can afford to take a week off to play the game, right? So I don't mind that I'm going to have to work a lot harder for my endgame crossbow that will let me sleepwalk through the entire game. You're torn about what to do, LS. I think there's a meta rune for multiple crafted mobs. Possibly, right? But I mean, meta runes are not going to be cheap. They're not going to be a day one thing. Really need to... I keep forgetting to update my bitrate on Twitch. Hopefully my stream is performing okay. But yeah, I can see why, right? Like, it adds a lot of friction into the middle of the end game, but maybe that friction is fine. I think we're getting a lot of player power, and I think people just underestimate what you can get done with an average weapon, right? I mean, obviously, it means if you have a bad build, you're going to be in for a much worse time, but I think you can get a lot done, right? We're getting a lot of new player power. We're getting new free skills, like free as in no attribute requirement skills. We're going to get new supports, like tons of new lineage gems. I think overall, we're getting a lot of player power. They swapped crafting bench in PoE 1 for runes in PoE 2. Same thing, just itemized. I'd be more in favor of the crafting change if there weren't pseudo-mandatory stats such as plus skill levels and flat damage percent on weapons. Yeah, I mean, I think my strategy for crafting the crossbow, it's probably a very similar, at least for the mid-game, is to just find a decent base with percent fizz and still just slam a greater essence onto it. And then just accept that I'm probably not going to have plus skills for a mid-game weapon. And then end-game weapon, yeah, it's just going to cost a lot of currency, isn't it? Depending on what the rune situation is. The slams are going to be finishing touches instead of starts. Yeah, or you can just play martial artist, right? And get the world's best gloves with onslaught on kill. We'll have a lot more crafting possibilities with the reworked league mechanics. Exactly, right. We will find out. We will find out. But I think they just want the middle of the end game to be more meaningful. That is my opinion. All right, let's turn the game on because we are... What is my checkpoint for swapping to poison? Well. That's a good question, TJR. So I am on my League Start test character. We are... I did manage to get a couple of hours to move forward a little bit. So I'm in Act 3. Wow. Loading times on the SSF League have been incredibly slow today. So I am just about ready to try and make the swap now. So we are towards the end of Act 3. I have a pretty decent crossbow. I have a couple of level 3 support gems saved up. We've got 2 Lesser Jeweler's Orb. One is going in armor piercing rounds. One is going to go in fragmentation rounds. All I need to do is do the Trial of Chaos to go and get my next Ascendancy. And then I think we can make the swap to poison and see how it goes, because I've only made this swap in endgame before. So I'm pretty sure it'll be fine, but we're about to find out. So towards the end of Act 3, it should be possible. I like the run and gun video. Thank you, Sparty. Might start it. Do you think pure evasion deflect might be an option in 05 instead of EBS? Yeah, I mean, I think with the new deflect formula, then it's perfectly reasonable to hit 95% deflect, which is very good. You still might die now and again, but I think it's very good. And as Blader says, I think hybrid is actually going to be viable now with the new nodes down in Mercenary, the new defensive nodes. Then I think you're eating good for armor evasion. Yeah, I mean, if Blader did it last league as Bear and it worked well, it's going to work even better now. I mean, do I have the new passive tree open? Let me see. Let me show you some absolutely bonkers stuff. Make sure I've got the right. Can we do this one? There we go. Right, so this cluster, this is the new passive tree. Whatever media, welcome in, brother. This is the new passive tree. In the Merc area, this cluster down here, Red Blade Discipline, Path of the Renegade, Brine Rot Ferocity, and Mute Wind Agility is fucking bonkers. Can I link the new tree? Yes. Yes, I can. Hold me close, sway me more. Shiro Bob, welcome back, brother. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. So this is a tool someone put together that shows the differences in the tree. So yeah, these 4 nodes, look at them. Attack speed, lightning res, armor applies. Movement speed, cold res, armor applies. Fire res, stun threshold, armor applies. Chaos res, armor applies to chaos damage. And I'm getting very excited, the small nodes leading up to them give you 54% deflection rating. 54! Just this cluster almost solves all of armor evasion's problems. All of these nodes now have increased armor and evasion built into them, right? As well as giving you ailment threshold, stun threshold, and, you know, bleed immunity is not such a big deal now that they've gotten rid of aggravated bleed on players. If you wanted to do banners, look at the new banner nodes. Knight of Izaro. Not only do you get the banner bonuses, but you also get armor applies to Ellie and deflection rating. Deflection, block chance. Yeah, just some really crazy stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and then like up here, right, they've added more armor as Ellie over here. It's called Vols, I think. Vols protection. Can't remember where it is. Might be a bit too far up. But yeah, the Merc area is just... We got some armor nodes here. And prevent 15% of damage from deflected hits. Got some leech nodes. There's some nerfs to leech, right? There's some shield stuff which isn't really that relevant. Deflection rating while moving. Probably not going to take that. All the companion nodes. Siege Cascade Tactician looking good. Loved your run and gun video. Very well put together. Look at the similar cluster over on the left. Yeah. My secret league starter got bug fixed today. Which was that? Whatever media. What is the main mechanic for converting evasion into armor? It's this node. Iron reflexes, TJR. So generally, iron reflexes with a pair of armor gloves gives you a pretty nice combo. But you should note that if you take iron reflexes and you have gain deflection from evasion, you will lose that deflection because of the way that conversion works in PoE 2. You can see that it's moved towards the duelist with the shield nodes in the bottom right corner of the strength text area. Yeah, I think they're preparing for that. Everything pinned and those defensive nodes are going to make it so tanky. Fixed a bug where fire skills used by spell totems could generate raging spirits. Oh no, rip. I wonder how Leech will feel after the nerfs. I think Leech will be fine after the nerfs. I think it will be fine. All right. We haven't played any Path of Exile 2 yet. Didn't know it was a bug. I didn't know it was a bug either, but I've never tried to do it. It depends, right? The point of the leech change is that they don't want you refilling your health instantly. I can probably go do Trial of Chaos. Let's go get our second ascendancy. My attention goes, nobody loves me.
Descendant of the Magi, you are always welcome here if you wish to.
Yeah, it might feel better on the low end, and you can stack. They just want you to stack leech percentage instead of just damage, right? I think what they're trying to do is get away from stack damage to solve everything. Sad there were no changes to ignite and fire crossbow skills. They're in such a clunky spot. Yeah, I mean, they're carried hard by oil grenade, right? Thankfully, oil grenade is good, so you can do ignite if you really want to, but yeah. I mean, as I said in my video, right, I don't recommend it unless you're an experienced player who has a high tolerance for pain. So I'm already picking up poison nodes here, so we can get some chance to hit. Chance to poison on hit. Might still come in 05x. Yeah, it might do, right? Oh, I've taken less mana recovery. That was silly. I didn't realize that would put me in such a precarious position. Grenades aren't it. I mean, yeah, if you want to do ignite stuff, they're kind of... Well, at least on a non-infernalist, they're kind of the only option, eh? Oil grenade. Sunglasses build, even though I use them to level. Yeah, but oil grenade doesn't have the big flashes at the very least. You can like just do oil grenade and incendiary shot. What I'm really hoping for is that I can figure out a new solution for getting shock on my physical armor break build. The heat mechanic is so clunky. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there were many times playing Rapid Shot when I would forget to spend my heat, and then I wouldn't be able to use it anymore.
Natural selection breeds the mightiest foes.
For my second run, I want to test a Bleed Leech Tactician, but for the first, it will be Lightning Witch Hunter testing Mirage Archer Plasma Blast. Right, yeah, the change to Mirage Archer that lets it do channeled skills. That's a good point, actually. I wonder if you can just use Mirage Archer to get a shock off. Maybe, right? Maybe. Thunderstorm might still be viable for that as well, just less reliable. Yeah, I thought that too. I did think that too, right? Drench is still a very powerful debuff for enabling shock. It's just a case of how many buttons you might have to press. But yeah, you might be right? It still might shock. You could just fill it with shock stuff. I guess as if it has enough base lightning damage. Wow, I'm really struggling on mana with this less mana recovery. I guess we'll just run around then. Thunderstorm really just needs a weapon set 2 setup with chance to shock. Right? Yeah, unfortunately I use all of my weapon sets when I'm crossbowing. That must have lineage support gems for elemental builds. Turns me off them for League Star. Rakiata's flow. Physical stuff is just cheaper. Yeah, I mean, I think the power of Rakiata's is a little bit overstated sometimes. Because not everything has max resistance. I don't know if you saw, did you notice there's 5 sinister sockets in the middle of the tree? 5 socket voices. Yeah, that's going to be many mirrors, eh? Many, many mirrors. Plus with all the jewel crafting. Imagine the power. Infinite cosmic power. Itty bitty little living space. It's farmable, as it's a deli drop. Yeah, but aren't voices in PoE 1 farmable as well? And they're still cost a fortune, right? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Very rude. Where did they all come from? What do I think of the crafting changes? I feel like I'm going to be getting that question a lot today. I think it's a good change. Overall, for the game, I think it's a good change. But I'm okay with the struggle, you know? It was too easy to get a bonkers weapon. Way too easy. The problem is, people keep comparing the weapon you can craft with essences to like a mirror tier weapon, as though that's like a real comparison. So some of the commentary is like, well, you know, it's only a mid-range weapon that you can craft with essences, but it's not. It's a top-end end-game weapon. I really want Tota, but I understand them adding it with the Karui theme league. I don't like it, but I understand it. Well, they didn't say that's definitely what they were going to do, right? They just thought they could maybe double dip. The physical crafting crossbow video, that was my moneymaker. Yeah, I made a lot of money making crossbows as well. They're going to do that because it's easier dev-wise to just do it that way. Well, you can't blame them, right? I think they have enough work to do. Oops. Will you aim at the bird? It's a big enough for target. And of course you get the bird. Of course I get the bird. The good bird. They're all, aren't they? They're all birds, Chayula. I really can't as I'm developing this pageant project. I feel it in my soul. So if we're playing a build on standard now, does that mean we are playing with some of the balance changes prior to the patch? No. No balance changes have come in yet.
Got no pack space for that.
Long until next time.
I guess I would have liked to have waited a patch for that change, like the Economy Reset League. That one that took me too many rolls, I got it on my second try. Don't remind me, Shiro. Don't remind me. Everybody who followed my video got it on the second roll. And I basically never got it. That crossbow, it took me so much currency, and it was so average compared to what you guys got. You got it, Shiro. Blader got it, and one for his friend. That wasn't even the deterministic one, though, eh? Yeah, I tell you what, I am not ashamed to admit, I was wandering around earlier on this character, being like, I can't seem to find any of the temples so that I could get some of my guaranteed rewards. And then I realized we've all been migrated to standard, haven't we? So we're playing it on hard mode. All right, I think I'm going to try and do the swap now. So we'll grab a frag rounds, socket that in. We've only got 2 level 3 supports, which might not be enough. Let's have a look. We do have a level 10 Spirit Gem, so we'll grab Herald of Plague. Did I roll past it? 65 dex. Do I have a level 9 Spirit Gem? I do not. Alright, I need to respec a little bit.
The winds change direction.
We need to turn some strength into dexterity. And we need some intelligence, okay. Just grab 2. If I grab 1 more, I can use these boots.
In my training can't hurt.
Goddamn suffix pressure, eh? Got some Chaos Res boots there and 20% move speed. Alright, now I should be able to grab Herald of Plague. There we go. So we'll grab that. We'll turn off Herald of Thunder. Let's see if the swap works and attrition. We're going to throw Lesser Jeweler's Orb in frag rounds. We can throw rapid attacks in there. We want poison on APR. It should be a T3 gem. Poison 2. Yeah, there we go. And Bursting Plague. Which should be T2. There we go. We'll keep Armor Break. No, we'll keep Armor Demolisher. We can drop Galvanic Shards for now. I have no idea if this is going to work this early, but we're about to find out. HVR now. Dun, dun, dun. We want streamlined rounds for frag rounds. I'm a bit low on support gems, actually. What can we do? What can we do? We might have to do brutality. On HVR for now. And are we going to have to do the long shot? Standard hit me with 99.8% taxes and stole all my gold, right? Yeah. People seem to be discussing the builds as if they're experiencing some of the changes. People are using... Oh, right. Okay. I see the confusion. Yeah, we don't normally get the passive tree this soon in PoE 2. I guess that it's very understandable, right? That it seems like we've already got the new tree. I'm going to have to do long shot, I think. I'm going to have to remember to stand far away. And then I'm just out of support gems. And I've got no easy way to get one. So we're just going to be short of support gems for a moment. Just a moment. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find some. Maybe we'll get lucky. Are you feeling lucky? I'm feeling lucky. Throw all these in. Grab high velocity rounds and APR. All right, let's see if this works, shall we? Boom, boom. Down to the filth. Off to the Queen of Filth. So we've made the swap at level 36. Our crossbow does have a fair amount of elemental damage on it, but it also has +2 proj skills, so half a dozen of one, 6 of the other.
Nature has reclaimed the city.
Let's see if this works. Oh, I didn't take my double poison ascendancy. There we go. It's okay. It's okay. We'll need some more poison nodes, which we'll be picking up. We might need to do a re-spec maybe into some poison nodes. Maybe we'll drop some damage, take some poison. We need to really get the extra stacks going to make up for the Pathfinder's less duration. It might be that actually taking the Pathfinder Ascendancy this early is not the right choice. Does Brutality kill poison damage? Yeah, only on HVR itself, right? But I think when we do a boss, I think you'll see that the damage, the physical damage that we get from using Brutality for fragmentation rounds specifically, I think we're going to be okay. We'll swap our poison support gem from fragmentation rounds into from APR into frag rounds, and we'll scale the damage like that. Even in this point of the campaign, right? We just want to do a big physical hit with HVR. But yes, at the end game, normally I don't slot brutality, but we're poor. We're Povo's protagonist. I'm a newer player. You aren't concerned with the Pathfinder nerfs? No. Molten is a great DPS check. That's a good point. Should we just go in and do a Molten? No. So the Pathfinder Ascendancy has been nerfed, so in real terms, it's about a 40% nerf, right, in duration. All duration does to poison is it changes the total damage of each applied poison. What it doesn't affect is the DPS of the poison. And so in the end game, we will be attacking so fast that we actually don't care. Yeah, I'll just go get another checkpoint. Let me go get the other waypoint, Shiro, and then I'll test on Molten Giant. Yeah, I will go back there. I'll go back there when I get the next waypoint. Yeah, so we attack, 10 times a second in the end game. So poison duration, while it's being nerfed, it doesn't make a huge damage to our DPS because we're just attacking the whole time anyway. So it's not a huge issue for us, specifically with this build, because we just attack so fast. Molten is a great DPS check. Respect for streaming during the heatwave. I'm not gonna lie, Lycan. I've got a portable air conditioning unit which you can see in the corner of the frame. Oh no, you can't see it in that frame. Yeah, I have a portable aircon, which has been on all day. All right, I'm going to respec out of a couple of nodes and grab some more poison nodes. Maybe it'll speed this up.
A shift in my training can't hurt.
Let's drop 20% damage and we'll grab another stack of poison. And some duration. There we go. So that's 2 more stacks of poison. Ooh, a construct crossbow. Considering our physical damage is quite low, it's not terrible. It's not great, it's not terrible. Yeah, it has been roasting today. I hope you've been surviving well, Lycan. I need to get one of those. I've just had to do nothing with a fan blasting on me all day. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I bought this years ago in a heat wave, albeit. Unfortunately, heat waves are the worst time to pick up an aircon, eh? But yeah, I was oops, don't die. I was just toughing it out, and then eventually I was like, you know what? I think we've hit the point where aircon is needed. Especially with my PC going in this office. It is mental. To be honest, the aircon was even struggling today with my PC going while I was like editing the video and stuff. It wasn't until the sun left the window that I actually started cooling down in the room, even with the aircon going full blast. All right, there we go. All right, we'll go in here, get the waypoint, and then we'll go do Molten. That reminds me, the first thing I do is place sprint on a different key. I feel like, has anyone noticed sprint seems to have gotten worse? I feel like I've been accidentally sprinting more often than I would normally. Did the auto spread Herald of Blood bleeds poison get changed? Not that I'm aware of, Shiro. I believe that is still perfectly viable if you're bleeding. I just don't think you need to do it if you're using poison as your main damage type. I'm of the opinion, and I might be wrong, I'm often wrong, that it's purely visual if you're just doing poison, and Herald of Plague does plenty. That is my opinion. We do want more poisons, eh? So I'm going to have to start heading over here. I double dodge and get stumbled as if I've sprinted off and... Yeah, that's what I've been noticing as well. That feels like new behavior to me. It didn't feel this bad before. Yeah, the damage isn't great on APR, eh? You need a lot more fizz damage. I think my recommendation for switching over to poison is when you've got yourself a pretty good physical crossbow. And I don't think this bombard is cutting it. Gaius Quintus. Welcome in, brother. How was the long weekend for everyone? Yeah, pretty good here. Watched some films, saw some friends, had some good food, enjoyed the sun. We did nothing yesterday. We just laid on the sofa and watched TV. We were going to go for a walk, but we decided we didn't want to spontaneously catch fire. Would have been bad for our relationship. Urgle Durgle, good to see you. What's the plan? You're looking at it. Poison Pathfinder. If you do exclamation mark build, I've begun updating my run and gun Pathfinder build for 0.5. So you can see where it's heading in the end game. And I've done some act recommendations. The act recommendations are mostly play permafrost until you get a good enough crossbow. We're just testing the early swap now. I think I just need to hedge a bit with my recommendation in the build guide and recommend that we don't swap until that it's crossbow dictated rather than level dictated. You guys going through a hellish heat wave. I wouldn't say it's hellish for me. I'm quite lucky. I live in a house that's 140 years old, which means the ground floor actually stays remarkably cool. Now, 140-year-old houses have different problems. But yeah, and I sleep in a loft room, which actually is quite hot. But yeah, the heat wave is over, at least temporarily, tomorrow. I tell you what we watched this week. I don't know if I've spoken to you guys since we watched it. I think so. I streamed on Sunday, right? But we watched The Princess Bride for the first time. I had never seen it, and I am now happy I've seen it. That film is, I would describe The Princess Bride as a flawless film. It is incredible. The first time, exactly, my first time, all time, I still held up really well today. It's incredible. Just everything about it was just so good. It was so funny. The physical comedy was incredible. The writing was incredible. It was earnest and wholesome. At my age, I blame your dad. Yeah, that's fair. He wasn't there to show me The Princess Bride. I did the same thing with The Sound of Music earlier this month. I can't believe how great that was all these years later. Fellow 40 year here. Yeah, I'm 40 in 3 months. Less than 3 months I turn 40. Middle of August. I'll hit the big 40. Yeah, I also haven't seen The Sound of Music. And I think part of it is because... it's so popular. But I will watch it because my partner loves it. So we will watch it soon. I turned 40 on October. Wow, a lot of 4-year-olds in the chat, eh? I love musicals. So yeah, I am excited. Oh, I forgot to socket poison, but it doesn't matter. Look, the damage is still really good. Yeah, single target is fine, eh? Not bad at all. Considering we're not using a very good physical crossbow,
That would only
I think that is absolutely fine.
slow me down.
1.5 cycle on Molten Guy is good in my book, right? And we don't have any of the League mechanic buffs, right? We don't have any of the power. With that bow, it looks great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once you get streamlined rounds in fragmentation rounds, I think if we'd have put poison in fragmentation rounds, I think we might have one-cycled him. I think the swap is okay. Yeah, I think I will still recommend newer players maybe don't swap until a bit later, right? Because you can get by just doing the physical swap without needing to lean into poison. Singing this is alive, and you wake up in the morning and your head for twice the size. Do I want this? Armor, energy shield, mana, cold, and fire res? Probably, to be honest. And we'll disenchant everything else. Yeah, if we can get ourselves a decent physical crossbow, this thing is gonna melt things, eh? I mean, construct crossbows are just so much better. Look at all these. Let's buy all these. Bloody accuracy. Lightning damage. It's funny, right? The Bombard base is so bad that it's got 100% increased fizz damage. And it's still not that great. Okay, we don't want lightning damage. 48 is probably a bit low to be wasting currency on. I don't think any of these are worth crafting. Should we reforge them? Another accuracy. Yeah, we're gonna have to make use of some reforging, eh? Backgrounds. Alright, now we can go do Queen of Filth. League start a little goes a long way. Yeah, exactly. And I think we'll be getting a lot of power from the Runes of Aldur, so I'll probably do the swap quite early. I think it'll be fine. Probably just want more damage in APR, to be honest. For clearing. Maybe drop Armor Demolisher. Maybe when we get a support gem. Wait, am I using Armor Demolisher? Yeah, I am. If I put more damage in here, what if I put Long Shot in here? Instead of Armor Demolisher. It's a little bit faster. It's not anywhere near as good as the endgame stuff, eh? Where we're just triple tapping everything. Support gems and jewelers are going to be the gate. Going to be lurking for 30 minutes patrol duty. No worries, yeah. Appreciate the lurk. Thank you, Cabikelika. Cabby? I'm going to call you Cabby. That's an easier word to say. But yes, so you should end up with 2 lesser jeweler's orbs and a decent stock of level 2 and 3 support gems when you make the swap. As long as you're doing league mechanics, which I will be, it should be okay. If you are trying to race through the campaign, I think you would have a bad time swapping. But I don't race through the campaign. I will get to maps sometime on Saturday. Providing I go to bed. If I don't go to bed, right, it'll still be Saturday. It would just be early hours of the morning Saturday instead of mid-morning. But I will go to bed. Repeat after me. I will go to bed at a reasonable time on League Start, so that I can have a healthy League Start weekend. Right? 8 hours is the goal. I think 8 hours is reasonable. I'll probably end up getting distracted doing the league mechanic too much and probably be closer to 10. Sure, whatever you say, yeah. Come on, guys. We can do it. I can do it. I can have a healthy League Start weekend. This is the league. This is the league to do it. I got a whole week off work. There's no real rush, you know. I'm in Japan, so my start is 5 a.m. That is dreamy, to be honest. 5 a.m. league start would be perfect for me. Because I wake up around 5 anyway. Most days in the summer. I can't help it. The sun comes up, I wake up. You too? Yeah, you're an early riser. Bonk. I did forget to put Longshot back into HVR. Yeah. The bossing is absolutely fine, eh? Imagine if I got lucky with a good crossbow. My Saturday is going to be spent on social obligations, unfortunately, but I have Sunday and I took Monday off work to settle in. That's good. It's nice. I sometimes feel like I prioritize League Start over social stuff maybe too much. So I think it's good to prioritize social things. I'm moving to Japan this year. Nice to hear. Sweet. Congratulations, Starkiller. I hope you have a wonderful time in Japan. You got the week off as well. Yeah, this and 1.0. I'm kind of glad that 1.0 is not coming out till the end of the year because I've used up all my holiday. this. One crossbow for sale? How dare you? Now I just hope they actually hit the end of the year and don't roll over. They either need to release at the end of the year or they need to wait until the new year, right? They need to hit early December. If they don't hit early December, they have to wait until January. Unfortunately. They cannot release 1.0 and then go on Christmas holiday. It would be suicide. They only get one chance at 1.0. It's like not a big deal that they mess up early access leagues, but if they mess up 1.0, I think that's a big problem. There are a lot of people, I think, waiting for 1.0 to come out for this game, and it needs to be good. They just got to fix crossbow fire skills. I agree. You're preaching the truth, Shiro Bob. You're preaching the truth. Imagine one day we'll be able to use incendiary shot on its own and it will do good damage. I actually wonder how much worse my tactician build would be, my incendiary shot tactician build, without Stormfire. I feel like Stormfire was actually doing quite a lot of damage. Where's our flamethrower skill? Oh yeah, why didn't we get Incinerate? That is a good point. Why did we not get Incinerate? Oh, I need to run a break. Whoops. I always miss the break, so maybe I need to start automating things. I'm considering switching to a more frequent but automated ad break. But shorter ads. I know that people have preferences for the 1 an hour, but I always forget to run them, and if I don't run them, people get pre-rolls, which is bad. So I will pause here. We'll take a few minute break. So get some water, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 3 minutes. We are back. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, I think I might just switch it to like 1.5 every half an hour or something. Because I don't like having to remember. it's a lot of admin. Though that does mean we may get cut off talking, right? That's the downside. The upside is I have to do less work. The downside is we may get cut off by an ad when we're in the middle of a conversation. But we'll play it by ear. We'll try things out. I just want the live experience and for new people joining to have a good experience. So also, what I need to remember to do this week is I want to add some sound clips. I really want to add the and you can go as deep as you like soundbite somewhere on the stream. Maybe for the follow notification. I think it would be a bit presumptuous to do it for the sub notification. But maybe we could have a fun follow notification of Mark or Jonathan. I'll let you guys decide. You want Mark saying you can go as deep as you like, or do you want Jonathan saying you can go as deep as you like? Personally, I prefer the way Mark says it. Critical for any good PoE stream, right? Oh, I need to put a long shot back in here. And then we'll put poison in frag round. See how this goes. Pretty good DPS. Good damage indeed. He is a bit of a pushover though, eh? I do too, but I think there's something about Jonathan that makes him inherently more memeable. The poor guy, just because he adjusted his glasses one time, and now he's the community's meme. But yeah, Mark needs more love in the memeing, you know? I've seen a few though. I've seen a few Mark memes popping up. His like exasperated like movement, I think, has been appearing in some thumbnails from the Gazzy stream. More support gems and you are good. Did it censor that or did you, Shiro? Yeah, we need some more support gems though. You are correct. What did it censor? Did you misspell it or something? I didn't get a notification to like allow the message through. His face of disbelief, disgust from the Tavern Talk stream is hilarious. Yeah, Mark does not have a poker face, right? I think Jonathan has a pretty good poker face. I think Mark does not have one. I don't think Mark plays poker. Which I like. I love earnest people. Auto made a hyperlink somehow. Right, yeah, my stream does block hyperlink still. The thing I love about Jonathan is it's so clear in every interview that he's one of us. If he wasn't in charge of PoE, he'd be someone taking a week off work to play the new League launch. Yeah, exactly, right? When I was making my thumbnail for the Future of Path of Exile video, I wanted to go and find an actual picture of Jonathan, right? Not just a clip from a stream. So I Googled his name and I found a news article from, you know, wherever he is, about him like donating money to a school, which I thought was pretty cool. He's a bit of a philanthropist. Jonathan is the man, basically, long story short. Probably need to holding on to support gems to a certain count. Yeah, that's a good point, Shiro. At the moment, I do call out saving Jeweler's Orbs from Act 2, so that you have both available, but yeah. On the plus side, with League mechanics, it is much easier to get the support gems. You just need to find the League mechanic in each area. I'm sure I've missed some free support gems because I haven't bothered to have a look where they are. Whoop, have a look where they are. Oh, we got the sacrificial heart. Nice. My gear is very bad as well. I mean, look at this gear. I've got a pair of evasion energy shield gloves with 10 cold res, evasion energy shield boots. Everything's blue. Terrell Dean, welcome into the stream, brother. Am I reading any books at the moment? Yes, I am currently reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. That is my bedtime book. When I'm not balls deep making YouTube videos, I do also read in the morning. I tend to read nonfiction in the morning. But at the moment, I haven't been doing it because instead I've been making videos. So I'm halfway through The Origin of Species as well, but I haven't picked it up in a while. But yeah, I'm reading the 5th season. You enjoyed that one? Still need to continue that series? Yeah, I've got like a fine press version of it, and the next one will be arriving sometime in the next few months. Sorry, let me catch up. Victor Storelv, welcome to the stream. Campaign in PoE is so damn good. I agree. I love doing the campaign. Swap timing is fine. Why do I recommend primary armor for defenses with my latest vid? The reason I do that is because armor is consistently good through the campaign, and if you stack strength in order to be able to use it, you'll also be getting life. So the recommendation was mostly to keep it simple, right? If you're just trying to get through the campaign with a new build that you're making yourself, you don't want lots of complicated decisions on how to scale things like evasion and energy shield. If you're taking energy shield, yes, it's very powerful, but you're finding yourself needing to stack intelligence, right? So you're going to be needing to make decisions on which runes you use when you want intelligence. If you want to get more sources of attributes, you're going to need to be thinking about it when you're planning out, when you're, you know, going through the tree. So that's why I just said, just take armor, right? Armor, as long as you're actually using armor items, which I'm not, then it's very powerful. The problem I have at the moment is that I'm very lazy, and I've done this so many times, and I am confident enough that I can roll myself out of all problems. So that's why my gear sucks, but I recommend everyone else to do armor. Armor early is goated. Yeah, exactly. I've meant to check out the Inheritance trilogy by her. Yeah, this is my first book by N.K. Jemisin. I have to say, I was really surprised how dark it can get. There's some really, really shocking stuff that she just kind of slaps you in the face with. Like, you know, the plot will be going forward, and then bam, act of horrific human cruelty, and then bam, back to plot. It's quite, yeah, I mean, it was surprising. And there's like the changes in perspective that she uses between first person directive and third person omniscient, also very interesting. Or what I'm first person directive. I'm trying to think of like what the term is when she's, I don't even know what to call it. I'm saying first person when she says like you are this, you are that to the reader. I really enjoy the slower, more tactical gameplay. When I one-shot everything in the endgame, it's meh. Slow gameplay lets me see the mobs, graphics, which GGG put a lot of work into. Yeah, I love vision gameplay, Victor. You're in the right place. Though I must warn you, when we get to endgame in the new league, this build will melt everything quite quickly. I really like how the 5th season was split up. Yeah, it took me a while to realize that there were time jumps, to be honest. And I think that was on purpose, right?
Don't worry. I can solve this.
I'm about, what am I about? I'm about 200 pages in. It's like, what, 300 and something pages?
Which one of you is a
So no spoilers, please. No spoilers.
Why, that was me, of course. I am Alva the Lie, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
Mum's the word. Exactly.
As for you, I will pay back every drop of Val blood you have spilled out.
Oh.
I will not relent. I will not relent.
I forgot to change my support gems, but I think that's fine. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy Viper. Oh. I mean, it helps that I know the fight incredibly well. How about those crafting changes? Big Essence nerf. Yeah. It's the topic du jour. Du jour. Yeah. I like them. I like the crafting changes. I don't think they've nerfed enough. You know, get rid of the Recombinator, get rid of Essences, get rid of Exalts. You know, just get rid of everything. Just make everyone use white weapons. I think that's what we should do. Then we can really see the true vision of the game. We've all got infinite time, right? We don't need to see our friends and family. All we need to do is play PoE 2. Wow, these aren't taking any damage, are they? I forget to put supports in. You joke, but that seemed like Chris Wilson's original hardcore vision style. Yeah, that's ruthless, baby. Chris Ruthless Wilson. I do think they're pretty good changes overall. Hurts losing both the Recombinator and Easy Essence Craft in SSF though. Yeah, I never really used, even in SSF I never really used a Recombinator. I just slammed and prayed and everything went fine. I think I used Omen of Greater Exaltation and Greater Exalts more than I used the Recombinator when I was playing SSF builds. Want to buy a better crossbow, please? Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage. Well, at least Doriani will be easy. Viper was really the roadblock we were worried about. But she was fine. I think Viper's a really well-designed fight, actually. Especially after the changes, now that she's a bit easier. I feel like the SSF players I talk to never use a Recombinator, but I can't imagine it with such a crutch. Yeah, I just never really liked doing Expedition. I'm looking forward to the new Expedition, though. Hopefully the Remnant version of Expedition or the Runes of Aldur version will be a lot more fun. I just could never be bothered to check whether they were going to become immune to the damage I was doing. I think that was the main thing that stopped me. If it wasn't for needing to look at the mods, then I don't think I would have had such an issue with it. Plus I lost multiple hardcore characters to Expedition mobs, which made me hate it even more. You love Viper, one of the best bosses in the campaign? Yeah, she's really good. She's a great design boss. Never bothered me to stop and set bombs. I always forget many people dislike it. Yeah, many people, right? I would say the more people dislike it than like it, based on the feedback I've heard. The stopping doesn't really bother me. It was more of like the friction of needing to check whether or not something was going to brick what I was doing. Because sometimes you do just want to like set and forget, right? Like the same as like Alcan Go with maps. What's my first goal getting to endgame? Any specific path? In the new patch, I'll be doing Fortress first. And then after that, we'll just see where the wind takes me. Yeah, I'll see how far I can get into Fortress day one. Then maybe Ritual? This build is really good at Ritual because of the tightly packed mobs. So we'll probably be doing a bit of Ritual. Oh look, Essence of the Infinite. We'll be seeing less of those in the future. Want to buy support gems, please? By day one, I mean Saturday, Starkiller. Face breakers might be easy to get early. I mean, hopefully you'll be able to chance them, right? From Stocky Mitts. That was another interesting thing from the tavern talk. Them mentioning that they intend for most players to do Fortress first makes me reconsider delaying it. Yeah. Saturday, I will be in maps by the time you start. But the league starts at 9 PM UK time on Friday. So it's only 3 hours until Saturday. So my plan is to do a couple of hours at league start because it's always fun. I will push for a 3-hour campaign. Yeah, I'll do a couple of hours at league start and then I'll get up bright and early on Saturday. And then my girlfriend will forget that I live with her. That's the plan. She'll be like, oh, you live here? I thought you'd moved out. Yours will be playing with you. Nice. Guy that dies hit a 4-hour to T50 and I'll probably be out of Act 2 by then. Maybe. We'll have to take turns making snacks and drink runs. Yeah, I mean, I joke about abandoning my girlfriend. I'll abandon her for the weekend, but then she has other plans, right? She knows I'm unavailable for the weekend. And then when we get to Monday, we'll go back to at least our evening meal routine. So we'll have dinner together and then I'll get back on the grind. The hard part is going to be stopping playing to make videos, you know? I might have to do some low effort videos, which I struggle with. Uh-oh. Invulnerability aura. God damn it. This goes off way too often. We're in Act 3. Not endgame. Ridiculous. There we go.
Too weak, too slow. How many was sacrificed at this altar?
Just record videos while streaming. AKA just make the video live and then save the VOD and clip it. Can I? Yeah, I mean, I know Moxie does that, right? That sounds very advanced. My wife will play the League with me, but not PoE 2. One day. Zizaran does it. Right. What am I doing? I want more poison stacks, so and more chance to hit. Yeah, I guess I could have a go. I mean, I won't be streaming the entire time. I'm not planning on doing like a marathon stream or anything. I don't think I'm that level of streamer where that is worth the, I guess, the energy. It's not easy, right, to be on camera for that long. I don't think I'm big enough to do that. I will be adding more streams to the schedule. So I think my first stream will probably be Saturday, like, evening. My time. Like, UK time. So hopefully by then I'll be in endgame. I'll have some thoughts that we can, you know, we can update where we are and stuff. We can hang out for a little bit. I'll do a few hours of streaming. So yeah, maybe we'll do the VOD thing during that stream. It's a pseudo good thing to do because your chat can sometimes say things that you don't even think of during the video you're making, which allows you to stop talking for a second, then you can edit the VOD after and clip things together like normal. I'll be going for like 9 to 12 hours on launch. You're going to be streaming for 9 to 12 hours? Yeah, I mean, I've done that, albeit I've streamed to no one for 9 to 12 hours. But oh, you'd just be playing 9 to 12 hours on launch. Yeah, I think doing more frequent but not marathon streams is probably the right choice for me. At least for this League launch. Maybe in 1.0 we'll be at the point where it feels like the right thing to do. Honestly, I do most of my stream watching in the build up to new leagues anyway. Once it's live, I mostly enjoy settling in for myself for the first week or so. Fair enough, man. I would also like to just have some streams on in the background while I play when I'm league starting, you know, so I can just, like you say, enjoy the game, lock in. NZT, I'm so sorry, I missed your follow. Thank you for the follow. That was 6 minutes ago. I apologize. I don't remember hearing the notification bell. But thank you for the follow, NZT. You made an EXE program for your friends because they are horrible at updating the loot filters that you make. Wow, just automating everything, eh? All good? Yeah, thank you, NZT. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Where are them support gems at, eh? I haven't seen a single support gem. Lucas Fontana. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a nice day. That's very nice of you to say, Lucas. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. How's that test going? It's going okay. I didn't save enough support gems for the swap. So, as you can see, the clear speed is not... It's not perfect. But our single target, as usual, is excellent with HVR and fragmentation rounds. Blade is fully automating his loot filter upgrades. Oh, I forgot that you hand make filters still. Feel like I'm going to die very soon. But yeah, the test is going okay. We did the poison swap at level 36. It maybe was a little bit early, but it's going fine. I haven't died yet, and I'm killing all the bosses. Nice, I watched your latest video and really enjoyed it and made lots of notes. Oh, I'm glad it was helpful. It always pleases me that people get so much out of those videos. I never know whether or not they're going to be helpful, you know? I was worried that that one in particular wasn't thorough enough. But I also felt like I just needed to finish it and put it out. I didn't include all of the notes that I had, but hopefully it was enough. Got everything within 45 minutes. You've already updated your loot filter? Ooh, a Blackfire crossbow. Oh, it's level 45 though. That's 4 levels away. Oh, I am severely underleveled. Whoops. I do an economy pass the first week or two, but that's what the program is for them. When I rapid fire updates and shows. Oh, I see. You're your friends never sync. And back. What did I miss? I don't think you missed very much, Cabby. We have been killing bosses relatively easily. We are killing packs not that easily, but we're about to head into Doriani. Let's actually change the support gems. So we'll put poison in frag rounds, long shot in HVR. No div drops. No div drops yet. But we're in SSF, so that wouldn't matter. I've been hand coding the filter since before Neversink made his service, so I just keep doing it. Fair enough, man. It's probably very satisfying. Are we done here, Doriani? You gonna do your thing? I'll read your messages in a sec. Let me just kill Doriani.
You know why we're here. It happened. It cannot be stopped.
No, I will succeed. I cannot let my efforts be in vain. I cannot allow you to interfere. Full power.
Ouch.
I plan for every contingency. Fatal ambition. This is not
Uh-oh.
yet.
There we go. There we go. Easy peasy, easy peasy. It was really helpful. I think I'm going to try a bleed build with APR at some point in this league. Well, I hope you noted that I wouldn't recommend leveling as bleed with a crossbow, but maybe later in the league actually. If you've got access to Jeweler's Orbs and support gems, leveling as bleed is absolutely fine.
You can stay here and die, or come with us.
Did a big major overhaul for both PoE 1 and PoE 2 filters when O4 dropped. Oh, you added scaling. Nice.
Do know of a way to contain the beast.
Take that, Doriani. Yeah, we're not done yet. Oh, we're done now. Sprint made that big AoE attack not threatening anymore. Yeah, it does make it a bit straightforward, eh? And clearing his little crystal things that he drops.
But I will come.
Yeah, sprint's a bit good. Maybe they should just disable it in boss fights, to be honest.
Now then, it is time we departed. Activate the portal, and we will see about it.
Sprint made so many pre-existing boss attacks kind of trivial. Yeah. Though I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad that they made the Fire Lady's like bomb charge thing trivial. I always mess that up. I messed it up so many times. She's the monkey, really. Not complaining about that one anytime soon. Yeah, she is terrifying.
I can't break, I promise you.
Bad, 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 bad.
If you hear it,
Gargantuan life flask. Alright, we're not going to be chancing any Lavianges before Friday, so I think I can safely get rid of those. Oh, we got some upgrades to our gems. Oh, there's a support gem. I don't even remember picking that up. Alright, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we taking close combat? Do we even have close combat? Oh yeah, we have close combat and deliberation available. Come back and you still got that same crossbow, never lucky? Yeah. I don't know what the best choice here is. I think I want to be doing more damage with HVR. And that probably means close combat. I think I'm more likely to get a close combat off than I am long shot. Or we could just do deliberation so it doesn't matter where we stand. It's a risk-reward scenario. If you tumble, you die in a boss fight usually. That's true, but I don't often tumble in boss fights. I lay down in front of shrines a lot, but not in boss fights. Yeah, we just need more support gems, eh? Alright, I'm just going to take deliberation for now.
for that time is of the essence.
Oh, well, here's one. Well, we can until next.
Blah, blah, blah. Can't wait till I can hit escape to skip those. Bum 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 bum. Alright.
Oh, well, here's top one.
By the way, thinking of stream things you need, BTTV emotes. What am I to do without cat jam, rat jam when a banger comes on the list? Ah. BTTV emotes. I don't know what those are. I don't know very much about Twitch, actually. before streaming, better Twitch TV. Ah, this is where I get better remotes, is it? I will check it out. Let me make a note. I'll make a note of that now, actually. Stream, because I have a stream to-do list. So I don't forget. Better Twitch TV. Stream to do. There we go. Bitrate is too high. Audio compression issues. Better Twitch TV emotes. Cat jam, rat jam. Speaking of other things I was needing to do, or at least have been asked a couple of times, I have made a Discord. I'm the only one in the Discord right now, but I have made one. Is that something you guys would like? Would you like somewhere to hang out? Talk about builds, talk about things like that, crossbows? Yeah, hey, invite me, yeah? The real intention behind the Discord, nothing lonelier than a Discord of one. One is the loneliest number. Yeah. But hey, I've got the PoE news feed, so every now and again I get a notification from my Discord for me with PoE news. So, but no, the reason I create it actually was for when I create the website that I'm planning on building, that's in progress, that it's somewhere that I could invite people to give feedback, to contribute, and to request content for, right? Because I just have mixed feelings about how many Discords people end up in. But if you guys want it, then sure. Let me get an invite link. And then I'll add it to Nightbot at some point. Use the bot that posts your Twitch streaming, because I can follow that channel into my Discord. Yeah, and like updating like when I have stream schedule stuff. You know, if I'm adding or removing a stream because of various reasons, right? League start, more streams, too much work, less streams. Okay, invite to server. Copy. Create new link. Copy. There we go. I've called it the Exile's Path. That is what I'm planning on calling the website. The Exile's Path. I hope that's a good name for a knowledge management website for PoE. There we go. The link's in the chat. If you want to join the Discord, then we can chat there about build stuff or whatever you like. I've created a bunch of channels. There's the news. There we go. Blader is the first one in. Let's wave to Blader. Yeah, I created a bunch of channels. There's a news feed, which, you know, is the same as the one on the main PoE Discord. There we go. If you want to join, you're welcome to join, and maybe we'll have a nice little community. I use Ignatius's Discord for that as well, even though he streams way too late for me to ever catch live. Yeah, he makes some good builds, eh? I've seen some of his videos before. They don't always get recommended to me, but I like his stuff. He's a really good build creator. He's the guy that does the is it Shield Crush in PoE 1? Am I thinking of the right guy? That everyone calls bait because it's hard to play. I feel like I watched that video of his and I was like, oh, maybe I want to play Shield Crush. And then I actually looked at how to play it and I was like, maybe I don't want to play Shield Crush. And instead I went minions. I feel like that's I feel like I'm remembering that correctly. He works through some real sicko level tech. Yeah, from what I can tell, he's a very knowledgeable player / creator.
Lower the anchor.
What's your step? I left in a canoe before.
Yeah, what I'll do, I guess for now, I'll set up a Nightbot command so that people that drop by the stream itself can get access to the Discord. I won't post it in my YouTube videos for now. And then when the website launches, then I will release the Discord to the wider community in case people want to contribute to the website or feedback on the website, things like that. You'll notice that a lot of my videos that I've been making contain a lot of diagrams and information. All of that information is going to end up in written form on the website. So at least the videos are serving a bit of a dual purpose, eh? Ooh, a new amulet. I wonder if it will be any good. Pretty excited to see how the knowledge management project comes along. Yeah, me too. The real hard part is finding the time. I have not been feeling very time rich. I've not even been playing the game and I've been feeling time poor. So, I mean, I had a pipe dream to have at least the website built before 0.5 launched, but it's not built yet. The layout is designed, a lot of the content is written based on, you know, the scripts and stuff I've been writing and the diagrams I've been creating, but the website is not built. But we will get it done in 0.5, and I think 0.5 is the time to do it, right? There's a lot of new stuff we're going to have to learn. Crafting stuff, farming stuff, new builds, more build-making toolkits. Like the video I released today would be like the beginner version of like making your own build, like the run and gun stuff. We have the more advanced stuff with like scaling vectors, and then there'll be stuff in between. Oh, it's got proximal? No wonder it's not taking any damage. Oh, fuck. That was close. Good to get it up and ready prior to 1.0 for it to be pretty tested. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the idea is the start of 0.5 will be focused on, obviously, build stuff, streaming, learning the new endgame, getting the website up and running, and then late 0.5, the focus will be on feedback. Hoping there are some cool, unique runes that could be crafted for crossbow builds. The thing I was looking at that list today of the unique runes that were going to be available, I was a little bit disappointed that I couldn't see any poison-related uniques on the list. I don't know if you guys have seen anything that from any of the uniques that might be useful to extract something for a poison build, but I had a quick look through and nothing jumped out. There aren't many poison uniques. Yeah, that is part of the problem. Oh man, Pendulum. Absolute classic. Could a rune coming from a mace, for example, be used on a crossbow? They said the rune needs to go into an item of the same class. And I believe each weapon type is its own class. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how they term class. So I don't think you could put a mace rune in a crossbow. I I think you'll have to put it in another mace. Unique crossbows are pretty weak. What is my thought process for not taking Nova on APR? The main issue is I only fire one shot at a time, so it won't do anything. Oops. F then. Yeah, F. Can it only go into another unique, or can it go in anything? It can go in anything, Gaius, but it has to be the same class of item. We did get a new unique crossbow, but it's for grenades, Shiro. And it's kind of weird. Is my favorite league system already in PoE 2, or is there one from PoE 1 that you want in PoE 2 the most? I mean, I'd really like Delve. But I haven't played that many of the modern PoE 1 systems. Alright, the damage is really dropping off, to be honest. God. Okay, don't stand in the fountain of blood, eh? Oh, poor little plagueling. Bye-bye. Really need to update that crossbow? Yeah, exactly. I think Trample Toe was on the list. Ah. Wait, what did I just die to? Oh, it's not looking at the game. I thought I was safe. Oh, Blood Puddle, right. Is this game better than D4? I don't know. I haven't played the new expansion. It's different. It's a different game. From what I've heard, they have become very different games from each other and serve different needs.
I'll gladly take that off your hands. Good day. Until next time.
Yeah, from what I've heard, D4 is more casual friendly at the very least. Yeah. There you go. Some opinions in the chat. Wow, that's a lot of crossbows, eh?
Carve your way through history with
See if we can hit something good. 49%. 76. There we go. That's a bit better. We can slam that with a Regal. We can buy these to combine.
farewell.
Ooh, big flat. We love big flat and we cannot lie.
Fight the good fight.
Alright, let's slam this. Mana per any killed. 69. That's very good. 25.
Go make some legends.
What do we slam first? I guess, oh, we got 3 Regals. Oh, aren't we spoiled? Wow. Just always hits a crappy suffix, eh? What's Jesus Christ? Nice. All three of these hit a shit suffix. Every single time. Every time. Like, I swear. Conspiracy. Tinfoil hat on. This game is weighted to bad suffixes. And now I don't have any regals. I'm gonna have to start disenchanting, aren't I? I mean, we could roll crit chance and then just slam it with exalts. I don't think that really does very much for us, though. Alright. Right, any good gloves? On the positive side, you're accumulating luck for Friday. That's a good point, Lucas. Good point. You need high accuracy to hit the trash bin while throwing it in. I threw it on the ground. Oh, we could just sell ultimatums? Cool. Okay. Which one of these do I want to hit with exalts? I guess I'll wait. It's probably going to be the big flat damage one, right? One of these two we want to be hitting. I need to disenchant 6 rares. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, now let's go to... I don't want to do the Isle of Kin with such a bad weapon. I'm not doing the troll with this weapon. That is going to be very painful. We can probably do Kedge Bay. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I could go check Kahanu. Let's go check Kahanu vendor. See if the vendor's got anything. Yeah, I understand weighting, Blader, but is there a weighting that makes Regal Orbs always hit suffixes? Dare you do the shark with that bow? Double dare. I don't mind the shark. I'll do the shark. But I don't want to do mermaid. Mermaid. That is not a good piercing crossbow. What do you think the new shark reward is? They said they've updated the shark reward. Yeah, the mermaid's brutal with lackluster damage. She's easier, but I don't want it to take ages. There may be a waiting to hit prefix or suffix compared to the item if it has 2 of one or the other. Well, that's true, but not a regal orb, eh? The reward is a regal shard. Absolute peak. Peak regal shard. Speaking of peak, do you like my new pop filter? I got myself a little purple pop filter. Just in case I want to make another sleep story and I want to talk really close to the microphone like this. Good evening. Welcome to Sleeping with Read More Book. I did have an idea of a sleep story. Oops. Bloody turtles every time. Don't look away from the turtles, they will fuck you up. Yeah, I had an idea. What if I did a sleep story that was the lore of PoE? I did have someone recommend I make lore videos. What if instead of just making like a lore video with lore that everybody knows, what if I do lore that everybody knows, but as a sleep story? The lore buff for PoE got hired by GGG. Who was that? Oh, this crossbow sucks. If only we could farm bosses, eh? For weapon drops. Wonder if there's anyone in the chat that likes the idea of farming bosses. Unfortunately, Gavrin beat there. He's got the sultry deep voice angle taken already. Oh my god, I looked away for a second. Alright, we're not doing this strongbox. I know Gavrin. Gavrin's in a Discord that I'm in. But is he British? Your run and gun video did put me right to sleep. It was nice. Started watching it late and just crashed. I'm glad I could be of assistance, Bob. The more people that fall asleep watching my videos, the better. Because you know what that means? 100% retention, baby. Especially if I put it into a playlist. You want to play Druid for the ritual lore? Kitten Cat Noodle. Is Kitten Cat Noodle Kelly? Or is that someone else? Do you think we'll want to run Expedition Island in the new patch? Because I never want to run Expedition Island. Kelly is someone else. Oh, she got hired by GGG as a narrative designer. That's amazing. Good on her. You run that island, you run it now. Hey, Cola. Good to see you. We run the island here. Wow. So, I guess the swap only works if you find an upgrade for the next crossbow after you've done the swap, eh? I'm gonna have to start doing HVR and frag rounds on rares. And IDing gloves. 10 to 15 cold damage to attacks. I'm 5 levels under. That's probably a bit low, right? I'm not getting very much XP. Do I need to go back to another zone and farm? Oh, I should be alright. This crossbow is incredibly versatile. Yeah. It's all kinds of different shit. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I'd also really love to, at some point, make a Schwingy style video. I think that would be a really fun project. What's the level gap? Calc 3+1 per 16 levels you are? I actually don't know what the formula is. If it's connected with the league, it could be cool, but quite challenging at that point in the campaign. Yeah, I think you're right, Lucas. So at 48, your gap is 6, but the maximum gap is 4 Eve, right? It can't be 6. I think it caps out at 5, doesn't it? Or maybe 6 at maps. Or I'm just talking out my ass. I'm probably just talking out my ass. Alright, we need to do one more break. One more break. One more break, one more break. Get some water, go for a walk, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I am back. Thank you for your patience. Okay, this may sound like a conspiracy, but I think the Twitch ad break is slower than real time because it's meant to be a 3-minute ad break, and then I start my be right back timer after the ad starts, yet somehow my be right back timer finishes before the ad does. Cheeky bastards. Is this Electric Callboy? No, this is Baby Metal. The Illuminati. Blade is doing 300 milligrams of caffeine to stay awake for 2 hours. That seems like trying to kill an ant with a sledgehammer. I'm not going to lie, Blader. That's a lot of caffeine for just 2 hours of a buzz. I'd be awake for 2 days. 2 scoops of G Fuel, and it's G Fuel, you absolute lunatic. You have a caffeine dependency. Don't we all? Don't we all? I've managed to wean myself down to 2 cups of coffee a day. One at 6 a.m. and then one around 12. That's it. Strafe Hunter, welcome into the stream, man. Twitch is abysmal now. Was watching a stream, got near the end of a minute of ads. The ad got interrupted by an audio-only ad, and only after that the ad started over again. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. In many ways, the Twitch experience is good, right? Because I can play music. There are some interactions. And in other ways, like the enforced ads, it is worse. So, you know, on YouTube, you don't get interrupted by ads, but you don't get music. And on Twitch, you get music, but you get ads. What are we going to do, eh? I mean, considering I have the world's worst gear, this build is doing okay, eh? Can't wait to see what it does with real gear. That's like 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine. What, the coffee? Yeah. Yeah, I used to drink a lot more coffee. I used to be a 8 cups a day kind of guy. But I've cut down a lot. I have a 50-minute bicycle ride at midnight before me. Is this good or bad? Ambiguous. Always fun during the campaign to wonder if the gear is carrying the build or the build is carrying the gear. Yeah, I mean, in the case of high velocity rounds has a lot of tolerance for bad crossbows, right? The scaling on it is very, very high. So if I'd have just stuck with like multi-shot HVR, like single target wouldn't be much slower than it is now. Ooh, there's some good gloves. Attack speed, fizz damage, accuracy, life, mana leech. Yeah, please. We just need to level up 2 more times. Finally, a bit of luck. You have to go home from work. Yeah, Cabby's working super hard, as everyone can tell. Don't worry, I won't tell your boss. Sometimes I think, wow, this is great, and then after a few levels I realize it was my weapon. Yeah. That's what I realized. I got tricked into thinking about whether or not crossbow shot was a good leveling skill. Turns out it was just the weapon. Oh, there's level 4 support gem. What can we do? If only I had a jeweler's orb, eh? What do we want? Heft is level 5, right? Yeah. Oh, there's just not actually... We can do deadly poison in frag rounds. But we don't really have enough poison chance, I think, at the moment. We probably do, actually. Rapid attacks. Alright, let's do deadly poison in frag rounds. I think it's doing enough damage. Either that or rapid attacks 2, which is what, 10% more? Attack speed. We just throw Armor Demolisher up there. Been awake for, looks a clock, 27 hours. That's a lot of hours to be awake. I'm sad you can't see the inventory screen like that when you use keyboard and mouse. Well, when I pause the game... Is there not an option that allows you to do that, or a keybind? Is that really controller only? You open the passive tree and then your inventory. Oh, so that lets you get that window, does it? Raise underscore. Welcome to the stream. It's controller only. Ah, I see. Well, you're going to have to join the controller master race, Terrell. What's on my second monitor is my business, not my boss. Yeah. It's the beauty of working from home, eh? Well, for me anyway. Can have streams open. Oh, I need to be disenchanting these rares now, eh? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and I think, well, I mean, the other thing they said, right, is we'll be getting better access to essences in campaign. I think that is going to help quite a lot as well. I have friends who work from home. They have a second computer running with a KVM switch to swap video output so they can game while working. Yeah, I have a two computer desk setup. So where I'm looking is my prompter when I'm looking at chat, which is in between my work station, which is over here, and then my gaming station, which is here. Avuso Fire Tiger, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Stop! Don't come near the circle.
We hit my follow goal of 200 followers while I was off stream. I'm surprised, actually. I get quite a lot of follows from my YouTube videos, which is it's always nice for people to hop over there. Hop over to Twitch from YouTube to drop me a follow. But yeah, appreciate it. When I get to like deploying and testing phases of my game project, I will be spinning up my commercial server rack to test server stuff. Wow, you got yourself a rack. My husband showed me some of your videos as I'm starting Tactician Pin. Ah, well, I hope they helped. Avuso Fire Tiger. Oh wow, it's the song. I was wondering why it's the German lady talking about feet. Is that what she's talking about? I did not know that. What is this song called? Meet her at the Love Parade. That's where you're coming from. Husband said your first name must be Reed because of your YouTube channel name. I said you might just be being funny for the millennials. You are correct, Avuso Fire Tiger. I was just making a joke about misspelling Read More Books. My name is not Reed, but you can call me Reed. Everyone calls me Reed. You have a Dell PowerEdge rack mount server and some other brands. Friends gave me them when they upgraded them. Your friends have server racks as well. The other beauty of my Twitch/YouTube name is that when I start making video essays for non-PoE stuff, I can just make another channel and I can call it More Book Read or Book Read More. Very easy branding switch, you know. Part of the reason I'm making video essays for PoE is because actually my real dream is to make other video essays for more different subjects. I'm not going to say more important subjects because nothing I have to say is particularly important, but I would love to make video essays because I love watching them. I love people like H Bomber Guy, ContraPoints, CJ the X, Unlearning Economics. Higher-minded subjects, yeah, perhaps. So it's felt like these PoE video essays have been really good practice for other types of video essay. What kind of topics? I have a list of essays that I've started writing over the last couple of years, mostly around philosophy. Philosophy and modern life. One of them, this is going to sound very pretentious, but it's going to be entitled something like, "You are the philosophical zombie and a consumerist ghost." And it's around how nihilism and the extraction of people's identity into these consumer ghosts that are used by large corporations to extract as much wealth as possible and the impact it has on the world. Do I have a favorite philosopher? Oh, I don't think I understand philosophy well enough to have a favorite. Deep philosophical discussion over PoE gameplay sounds like a hell of a niche. Yeah, I don't know if I could concentrate on that. Oh, I tell you what. Yes, I do. I think I have a favorite philosopher, or at least one of the books I enjoyed the most that I read was Montaigne's essays. I found Montaigne to be very accessible, very prescient, and thoroughly enjoyable to read. I don't think I have my Montaigne book up here. I think it's downstairs. Yeah, it's downstairs in the main bookcase. In fact, the book that I used as a prop in my sleep story video was this book, which is Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche. I did not understand this book. I understood maybe one or two chapters from this book, but mostly I did not understand this book. I just let it wash over me. I don't know. Nietzsche, he you think you've got a little, you've got a little, you grab onto a little thread of the thing he's saying and you're like, oh, I think I'm starting to get this. And then he goes off on a tangent and it's gone. It's just gone. Hilariously, there's a quote from Futurama that stuck with me since a teenager. When you do things right, no one will be sure you've done anything at all. It's a nice quote. I like that. It's a weird day when you find out Sartre wasn't being satirical with his takes on women. Yeah. Didn't he date Simone de Beauvoir as well? Have I looked into Buddhist philosophy? I always took it to be a religion, but there's a whole explanation of experience broken down from the perspective of the subjective observer. Yeah, I've read some Buddhist philosophy. I enjoy Buddhist ideas. It's on your to read list. Ah, see what you did there, Fire Tiger. There's also quite a book that I enjoyed by Hermann Hesse called Siddhartha, which I thought was quite good. I thought that was quite a good take on Buddhist philosophy and the life of the Buddha. I quite enjoyed it. At first I was like, oh, this is a bit didactic, but by the end I got what he was getting at and I really enjoyed it. Mad Lad actually done it. Patch notes to fall asleep to. Hey Zoe, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, I did it. No one watched it. Well, a few people watched it, but the video flopped very hard, considering it took me 12 hours straight of filming and editing. But maybe we'll try again in the future. This crossbow does no damage. Alright, let's wait for this to reset. Let's stun him. Alright. Ooh, we got some crossbows. Maybe one of these will be useful. Are there any classes that don't have 3 ascendancies? Yes, protagonist is right. Ranger and druid only have 2. And cabbie. I'll probably get grabbed randomly by the algorithm in a few years. Happened to a Sergog patch note video. Did it? Nice accent, by the way. Oh, thank you, Fire Tiger. It's kind of you to say. I made it myself. Obviously. Yeah, the British accent carries a lot of currency, eh?
What can I do, pal?
I have no shame in taking advantage of it. No shame whatsoever.
It's always nice doing business with you.
+2 minion skills, life, armor, rarity. This seems like an upgrade. Yeah, this is an upgrade.
Oh, the marvel of commerce.
Oh, I'm meant to be disenchanting these. For regal orbs. We need them regal orbs.
Good day. Let's deal.
Life and dex. Yeah, I guess we'll take that.
Fair enough.
Alright, mustn't forget to go back and pick up these crossbows. We might get druid and ranger 3rd ascendancies. Yeah. Wait, does witch have all 3? Lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Zoe. Witch has infernalist, leech. Wait. Right? Infernalist, leech. And blood mage, right? Oh, blood mage, yeah. Shows how much I know. Do I do anything with regex for mechnats? Oh, regex for merchants. No, because I'm lazy. Too lazy to set it up. But if I was trying to go fast, then I would. But I'm not trying to go fast. I'm trying to chat with you guys.
What can I do? Let's deal.
Mr. Rhymes, the goat.
Come back anytime.
That deserves a stank face. There's just as much joy in taking a chill pace as there is to speedrunning it. Car seat 22. Every time I league start a crossbow build, I get unlucky with a crossbow upgrade around level 33. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Yeah, I mean, I think I even said it in the end of the run and gun video. I don't know if it's just because the mod pool gets just slightly too big that it's just much harder to hit a good roll. I think that's part of it. So you just have to expect a lot of failures. Alright, we got a new regal, so... let's regal this bad boy. Alright. Let's see what we can hit. It's a shit suffix. Who would have thought? More like every time you start without crossbows in the stash already. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta accept the struggle, you know? That was one thing Temple was very good at, eh? Giving you some more avenues to upgrade your crossbows during the campaign.
That will fell
Crit damage bonus. Cold damage. Mana per enemy killed. Cold damage. We'll keep that. So what do I do now? Do I slam this? I think I slam this, right? I think this has the biggest potential with the flat fizz. We keep this for reforging. Alright, let's slam this one. Suffix. Accuracy. Oh my god. I'm not exasperated, you're exasperated. I'm curious if the rune crafting stuff will be as good for juicing your campaign gear. I think it's gonna help a fair bit. We'll get so many runes, eh? I bet rune crafting will come with some nice crafting options. Are you rolling crossbow skills to start Friday? Yes, Carsey. I will be playing this build. If you do ! build, there is a mobalytics for it. That'll show you what to do Acts 1 to Act 3, which is basically play Firmafrost bolts, and then once you switch into poison, how to scale into the endgame. The build is good. It just, you know, I don't think any build could survive this crossbow luck. Alright, well, I'm not going to roll this anymore. Let's reforge these 3 crossbows. Is it time to gamble? Maybe it's time to gamble. Maybe when we hit level 45. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this? I wonder what the Chayula Ascendancy interaction with Chayula is going to be. Well, Chayula Truther will be the first one to tell us. I'm sure he's going to find it. The free exalts and regals were really nice, especially since you couldn't remove them from the benches and had to use them. Yeah. And then once you got to the point when you could remove them, right, the benches disappeared. Every time I was ready for a new crossbow, I had to craft like 10 of them. Yeah, especially in Act 4. Act 4 is tough. But once you do get a good crossbow in Act 4, it should carry you through right to the endgame. Alright, this Blackfire now has potential, but I'm out of exalts? No, I have exalts. Okay, come on, flat fizz, baby. Elemental damage with attacks. Okay. Very funny. Very funny. Alright, who did that? Who made it roll elemental damage with attacks? We run out of music? Oh no. We good. We good. Alright, when I hit level 45, I'm going to start gambling. Fuck this. I was calibrating a new printer and printed some Arch Nemesis skulls and Chaos Orbs. Couple of exalts thrown in. Nice, man. You'll have to share some of your 3D printing work in the Discord. I'd like to see it. I've heard so much about it, but yeah, share some pics of your work in the Discord, man. That reminds me, the most exciting thing that I saw about Diablo 4 was that you could get T2 World of Warcraft gear, MTX. Did you guys see them? I printed a Valorb keychain. I really like it. Oh man, I need to get some nerdy PoE stuff. I've got the hoodie in a different room and the t-shirt. And the book, I've got the art book on the shelf. You can see the art book back there. Oh, my head's in the way. Oh. I was showing you my book when I got killed. Alright, let's try this again. I'd be no good at hardcore, would I? Streaming. Oh, how did you lose your character, Reed? Oh, I was just showing my stream a book while letting delirium mobs rain down punches on top of me. But yeah, check out the Diablo 4 World of Warcraft crossover skins. If there's ever a reason for me to play D4, it would be so I could wear the Nemesis set from World of Warcraft. I loved that set. I remember back in the day hanging at the what was the meeting point near Blackrock Depths called? Or no, Blackrock Spire, sorry. It was like on the Horde side. And like all of the best raiders on the server would hang out there, and you get to see them in the T2 gear from Nefarious, whichever instance it was that Nefarious was the last boss of. Nefarian. And they were wearing like, you know, the Paladin gear, not the Paladin gear, the Warlock gear, right? The Nemesis set, the Warrior gear. You forwarded some examples of your work into the general chat. Nice, man. I'll check it out later. Alright, we got some emotions. I'm all emotional. Alright, what are we doing now? Wait. Oh, I need to sail there. I was trying to waypoint to somewhere I hadn't been yet. Alright, now we have proper poison duration. We can grab these nodes next, and then we just need a new crossbow. Easy, right? Easy. Just find it. Just find a crossbow, Reed. What's the problem? Alright, what's the least painful? Alright, I'll go do Shark Boss to please Shiro. You know, I've not yet tried... You played Chayula almost exclusively and you haven't tried Poison?
Here we are.
Even I've tried a Chayula Poison build. Any wishes for cool gemling quality effect for ammo skills? Well, I think I want to try Glacial Bolt, so I hope Glacial Bolt has cool alternative quality. I also hope that War Cries have cool alternative quality. Because that's the build I want to do on gemling. War Cries and Glacial Bolts. I don't know if you guys have seen how strong Glacial Bolts are in the endgame if you have a way to easily shatter the ice crystals. They are very, very strong, and they have not been touched in the patch notes. I can't remember the name of the creator that shared their build. It used like Pounce, Plants, and Glacial Bolt in the endgame in like a fully juiced temple, and it was just obliterating everything. And the reason is that Glacial Bolt ice crystal shatters can overlap. So you have enough magnified area, you can shotgun with 12 explosions at a time. So we're going to be doing that with War Cries at some point. That's the plan. I hope there's an extremely out of character skill gem for the Merc archetype for Gemling to break. outside of the Merc archetype. Yeah, that'd be cool. I tried it once, but it was really inconvenient to shatter with frag rounds. Yeah, the frag rounds, I think when they consume the freeze, right, you don't get all of the shatters. You need something that that does an AoE, really. But yeah, I did that with my Permafrost Invoker, except I had the Mirage Archer laying down the Glacial Bolts, and then I was spamming Fragmentation rounds. That made it slightly more convenient. The damage was like okay. I definitely wasn't getting the big overlaps because I wasn't really building for Glacial Bolt. Holy Crabmageddon, right? Alright, we just need to level up. One more level. Please, sir. Just a level. Please. All I ask. Just but a pittance, sir. One little pittance of a level. What I found useless was the ice APR skill. Ice shards. You are thinking of ice shards. And I also completely forgot about ice shards until I'd already recorded my video and I was making the images for the run and gun video. So the way I do it is I write the script, I do some quick drafts of the images, then I film the video separately, and then as I'm editing the video, I make the slides and stuff as I go. And I was putting together the list of the ice skills, and I was like, oh yeah, ice shards exists. I just don't mention it at all, I think, in the entire video, nor do I think I put it on the screen. I just decided to leave it out, I think, in the end. Has anyone else seen ice shards work? Because I forgot it was a thing. I think ice shards might be worse than incendiary shot. I put ice shards on for 1 second and you sold it afterwards. Didn't even want to keep it. How is it possible to be more disdainful than incendiary shot? Exactly, right? Like, at least I remember incendiary shot because of how bad it is. Well, at least you can make it work. There we go. Level 45. Oh, did I accidentally sell those gloves? Oh, did I disenchant those gloves? Whoops. Guys, I think I accidentally disenchanted the really good gloves. My bad. My bad. I was distracted. Let's go check. Maybe I sold them. Maybe I sold them. Oops. No buyback. Did I put them in my stash? I did not. Oh dear. Oh no. Oopsie daisy. That's alright. We didn't need a gear upgrade. Our gear is fine. It's fine. Mana per enemy killed, mana per enemy killed. Fizz, elemental damage. Happens to the best of us. One time I sold the gloves I just bought. Yeah, definitely done that before as well. I'm going crossbows Spirit Walker, but I just realized Talisman, Spirit Walker, and Companion works too. It does, doesn't it? 10 to 21 Fizz, alright. We'll regal these. No, we won't. We don't have any regals. Alright, I think it's time to do some gambling. How much money do I have? I only have 20k. Uh-oh. I can't actually afford to gamble, can I? Okay, let's slam this with some exalts. Maybe we'll hit on this. Lightning damage, reduced attributes. I've had enough. I've had enough. It's not fair. We're out of gold. We're out of everything. Got some reforge fuel. Yeah, it's all reforge fuel, isn't it? Squinted for like 45 seconds and then rebought them when a thought finally formed. Yeah, I've also had like accidentally switching gear. I think I had like a perfect ingenuity once, and I'd accidentally swapped in like some random belt I'd picked up, and then I accidentally sold the ingenuity, I think, to a vendor, but then I logged out and so it was just gone forever. I've never reforged a single good rare weapon in this game. No, me neither. I normally don't bother with reforging rares. I normally just try and get better crafting bases. Alright, what we'll do, we'll go kill the... Well, we'll die to some crabs. Then we'll go and kill the shark. And that'll be the denouement of the stream. Pardon Kefotia. Kefotia? Kefotia. Cardon Kefotia. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh no, it's taking me right back to the start. God damn it. I wonder what my resistances are at. -2 cold res. That makes sense. That's why these crabs hurt so mad. Hurt so bad. I mean, the passive investment in poison is definitely making a difference. The poison damage is getting a bit better. I just need to actually be able to do some physical damage. The best you ever got from the Reforger was a good mod to steal from for the Recombinator. Long live the Recombinator. The Recombinator is dead. I probably could have done a bit of extra farming at the end of Act 3. Maybe that would have found me a good construct. Normally a good construct crossbow will last you a long time, but I didn't really find one of those either. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. I probably should have tried a bit harder in Act 3 to replace this bombard crossbow. But it was doing such a good job. Absolute banger. What a perfect track to fight the shark with. I'm hyped now. I'm fucking hyped. Let's do this. Come on, mister. Your ass is mine. Oh, he's gone underground. Of course. Sharknado! There we go. There we go. If Shiro, if you're still here, the shark is down. And we got a shitty crossbow. Nothing new there. The Professor. Welcome to the stream, Professor. Build theory crafting question for you, Reed. What archetypes would you pair with Pin Tactician for hardcore bro SSF co-op? As in, your bro is playing Pin Tactician and you want something that's good to go with it. Oh, that's a tough question. I have never played co-op in this game, but what would go well with Pin Tactician? I guess anything that does extra damage against immobilized enemies. There's nothing that consumes pin, right? My wife, Fire Tiger Page, is my co-op partner. Ah! Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you both here. What would go well with Pin Tactician? Well, I guess you would want, if you want to really do like a thematic combo, yeah, you want something that's like slow hitting. If you both want to do crossbows, I mean, something like Stormblast bolts for single target with against something that's pinned would be pretty funny. You would absolutely annihilate anything you pin. Yeah, plasma bolt, right? Yeah. Anything you need to channel, snipe. But you'd have to freeze as well for snipe. Tie it down, blow a hole in it. One person crossbow, other a different weapon. Yeah, I mean, Hammer of the Gods would be one. Hammer of the Gods require them. Gadget? Welcome to the stream, Gadget. Gadget says Spear of Solaris, yeah. I've never played Spear of Solaris. Some people were bemoaning it earlier in the stream, but maybe, yeah, anything that just requires them to stand still. Like, oh shit, I just sprinted to my death. It's the double dodge roll thing, right? Mechanically trash. Welcome to the stream. Orabot Chronomancer. Oh, so just buff up the Tactician because the Tactician needs no other damage, eh? Perfect Strike. Yeah, there's Perfect Strike. There's definitely some issues with double dodge rolls counting as sprint that they've introduced into the game, and I don't know when they did that. It definitely wasn't happening earlier in the league. Either that or my controller is degraded. Yeah, I mean, snipe won't work unless you also freeze the target. But if you're doing immobilization build-up, you could always do freeze instead of pin. So you could have one person freeze and the other person snipe. And you could just focus on using something like deep freeze for longer freeze duration. Oh my god, look at all these crabs. Alright, there we go. There's Mervale Carrot. Perfect timing. Wow, you're getting a lot of good ideas in the chat, eh? The snipe, Mirage Archer can use snipe and channel skills now as well. Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like the pin chrono combo was too cheesy. Speaking of pin, I remember you mentioning in your latest video that bosses have a built-up resistance to freeze. Yeah, so that's poise, or at least it's referred to as poise by Mark and Jonathan. It's not that they have a... I mean, they do have a higher resistance to being frozen, but when you freeze them, there is a window after the freeze expires where they have a much higher resistance to being frozen again. So the reason I brought that up is if you're trying to scale permafrost bolts and fragmentation rounds, you freeze the boss, right, and then you get this huge hit with fragmentation rounds, and then if you don't one shot them, then you just kind of have to like run around doing not very much. So that's the challenge, right, with the increased poise, which is why I recommend using the freeze window for something else like shock burst rounds. Is there pin poise? Yes, all immobilization effects, there will be a period after you consume or the effect ends where for a period of time the boss is more resistant to being, well, they just cannot be frozen or immobilized again for a short period of time because they have such a high resistance. You can, I think with enough freeze buildup, you could overcome the poise, but it's a lot of investment. Better to break the hard CC at the last second of the duration. Yeah, exactly. All right, we have reached the end of the stream and the last stream before League start. So, like I said, I will post streaming schedule stuff in the Discord for those there. I will also update my Twitch schedule for next week in case, and well, I mean, many people won't be in the Discord. But I plan on checking in with everyone on Saturday evening UK time. That'll be my first stream in the new league. I'm just going to enjoy the first day of League start on me lonesome. I'll watch some other streams. I'll lock in. I'll get to endgame, and then we can hang out when I'm in endgame. So that's the plan. I'll probably put out a little update for the Pathfinder build. Hopefully before League start. Hopefully I'll find some time. At the very least, I'll put out a short and a little link to the new mobalytics. Hope London server isn't on fire. Yeah, I'll probably be playing on Washington. I would recommend playing in Canada or Washington if you're in the UK. What else is happening? What else? Yeah, I'll do some build diary stuff as well on the YouTubes. That'll be the focus at League start. And then we'll get the knowledge management project going as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you all next Saturday. And if not, have a great League start. I wish you all the best of luck. Chayula, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you all for checking in, hanging out with me. This is so much fun. Like sitting here, playing a game, chatting with you all. I really enjoy it. That was why I started streaming, so that I could just, you know, hang out with everyone and play games that we love together. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and have a good week. I will catch you all later.